They were announced this morning, Simon, as you were being chauffeured and driven into work here at London Bridge. The Premier League fixtures have been released, and some standout ones for us. Live and exclusive on talkSPORT. The first Friday night, the 5th of August. Crystal Palace, your beloved Crystal Palace Patrick against Vieira. Arsenal. That's a good start, isn't it? Patrick Vieira, of course, a legend of Arsenal Football Club and now in charge of Palace. And then the following day, some standout ones. Fulham against Liverpool, live and exclusive on talkSPORT on the Saturday. The other promoted sides, Bournemouth at home against Aston Villa. Nottingham Forest go up to the northeast to take on Newcastle United, who will incidentally finish top 6.
Well, I'll be £1,000 richer when that doesn't happen.
No, you won't be. And I didn't like that emoji message you sent me last night suggesting I was something of a clown, but that's by the by.
I wasn't suggesting, I was outright saying it.
Okay, and then on the 7th of August, Ten Hag's first game in charge of Manchester United. They're at home to Brighton. That'll be a test, that.
Well, given the way that Brighton spanked him at the end of the last season,
Very much so. I mean, Bissouma by then should be a Tottenham player. And on that same day, Erling Haaland makes his Premier League debut for Manchester City, probably at West Ham. So, I mean, some standout ones there. Great. If you're looking for Liverpool against City, the first one's October the 15th. The second one is City against Liverpool. That's April the 1st. I mean, it's only 8 weeks away.
Absolutely. Got Everton versus Chelsea, obviously, which is a big game for Frank Lampard, hosting his old club. And starting on on a difficult footing with Chelsea being one of the contenders for the title. Obviously, Harry, one of our little guys from the breakfast show, was very excited. He's a Fulham fan to see Liverpool on first game of the season, so they can get a good pumping on the first game of the season.
Yes,
Fulham.
Yes.
But listen, whenever you see the fixture list, it was always the sort of standout day of the summer for football. You come out and get this football, you get the fixture list, and it all starts again in your mind. You barely have put the baton down, and you're up again with the philosophy of here come our fixtures.
When you got back into the top flight with Palace, was this a day that you waited for with a bit of nervous trepidation? How did you feel about it?
I felt incredibly optimistic and wanting to go into the Premier League with great bravery and take them on. I'm not sure my manager and players felt the same way. They went with trepidation, but of course it's the beginning of the start of the cycle that you go back into, which is what's coming. Everything starts in the summer with optimism. And as the days and weeks come by and the results don't go your way, that optimism ebbs and flows.
And of course, with those beloved players in mind, the Premier League have bowed to the FA regards no Big Six fixtures on the final weekend before the World Cup. That surely makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, it shows you, I mean, I think a lot of this is about the FA illustrating to people that they are actually a body that's capable of running the game and pushing back against the narrative of an independent regulator required to make these sort of decisions and required to be of influence. So the FA are starting to flex their teeth. It shows you, and it goes to the argument that people like Klopp have made, that people can make decisions if they want to. The Premier League can actually bend and flex fixtures. And we've been told repeatedly and consistently that there is a structure and there's a rhyme and a reason to why the FA have made the fixtures and why they can't change this and why Klopp should stop moaning about that and Guardiola should stop moaning about that. But this shows you that things can be done. Of course, this is a unique circumstance. This is a World Cup that we hope A, will never be awarded to a country like Qatar again, and B, will not take it away from the tradition of being played in the summer, which is what this tournament was based upon. So it does show you that. Do you think it's bound to the Big Six? Yeah, well, to some extent it is. Of course it is.
But common sense is prevailing, Simon, at last. I mean, the festive round of Premier League matches between Boxing Day and New Year dropped in a move to ease player burnout. I mean, I get that. I know if I may use the two words player welfare, tradition is going for the sake of player welfare.
Well, the challenge is, yes. I mean, look, the problem with the fixture list is they probably are right. The necessity to have 4 games over that period was always pushing the envelope, but it was a tradition based upon going back into the annuals of time, but it was also a tradition now based upon the commercial revenues that the broadcasters want. The argument here is who is important in this game? Do the fans have any input? Because the fans seem to want this busy fixture list.
Oh, they love it.
So with that in mind, on one hand, you say the fans are the most important part of a game. On the other hand, sit down and shut up. We'll ask to hear from you and we want to hear from you.
No, but having said that, Simon, this is an unusual set of circumstances. We've got a World Cup final, whether England are in it or not, on December the 18th.
Well, but if we get knocked out, early in this tournament, they're going to have a really long break, then, aren't they? And they're not going to be playing as much football as we thought they would be playing. So we're assuming, and rightfully so, because we want that downward pressure to make these players accountable, that we're going to get all the way to a final and use the full length of that tournament. We could be on the plane home after 10 days.
Well, you could be. Yeah, I'll stay for a while. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. If you want to watch the show, you can. Head over to the official talkSPORT channel on those platforms on this beautiful June 16 day. Hope the weather's good wherever you are listening. That's why the man is dressed in pink, and I like him in pink. It's 10:15.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.